Elio guys, and welcome back. In today's video we have the schedule maintenance notes for March 30th, 2022. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it here. Alright, so if you're new to the whole setup here, basically what I do is I just read off the notes and I kind of put my spin on it. And especially if you missed the last one, which you should check out, we are getting a new Astromon, aka Easter Bunny, which I'm super excited for. So stay tuned for the review. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on that review. Now, is that review going to be super accurate? It is accurate and it is professional advice. But remember, it's unlicensed, and at the end of the day, it's just advice. But anyways, we do have the fire, water, wood, and then light and dark. Light and dark will obviously come from the fusion, because having light and dark Astromon out on the battlefield seems a little bit OP, because they would be 4-star Astromon. But new skill books are going to be added for Easter Bunny, which makes sense because it's being implemented into the game. And then there's also a new skill called Force Exchange. So reading its description off right here, there's a 90% chance of stealing the one most recent enemy buffs and shields and giving the enemy one of your debuffs. Does not get activated during the boss stage. So this is an idea that I've thought of for quite a while, and I'm happy to see that something's being implemented. Something different than what we have as of now. So I'm super excited about that. But there's a percent chance of stealing one most recent enemy buffs and shields, giving the enemy one of your debuffs. It does not get activated during the boss stage and is unable to be used at the dimension defense and region defense, etc. This also ignores the enemy's resistance value, and it's just, if I'm reading this correctly, it's just based on percentage of this actual skill. It can't be resisted or anything like that. And it doesn't apply to immunity skills, and it can steal the shield off a Bastion set, and it can also steal the Undying Volition set. So that's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be meta changing, because this is the first Astromon that's bringing in this skill. But probably in the future, I can't imagine like a Nat 5 that they throw out next time not having this move on it. Just FYI. I don't really see, at least in this point, the light or dark Easter Bunny being super viable, but we'll have to stay tuned for the review and see how their skills are. But in the future, when they throw this on a Nat 5, things could be interesting. I'm not going to say that it's going to be OP. I'm not going to say that it's going to be weak. Things will be interesting. I mean, this is one of the things where it sounds good on paper, but we have to just see how it is actually implemented. And then they're also adding in a Selective Summon, which allows us to preview summon results at a set number of times and confirm the desired results. So we do get a guaranteed variant Nat 5, and this starts immediately after completing the tutorial, and the users who have already completed the tutorial can proceed to Selective Summon in the special shop. And this is available once per account, so to everyone, even if you started the game hopefully after this maintenance and everyone before, we do get to choose our own Astromon from the Selective Summon pool and hopefully get them as a variant here. So they have Zubaji, there's Shinobi, there's Garuda, Indra, Persephone, Jormungandr, and Sha Wujing. Now, my personal take on this is, especially if you're trying to invest into something like future-proof wise, would to go ahead, just take Zubaji off the list, just act like she doesn't even exist. Shinobi could be a viable contender, especially for Fire Shinobi. Wood Garuda, I guess. What is Wood Garuda's lead anyways? Let me look that up before I say anything. So Wood Garuda has a crit rate lead. Indra would be interesting too if you do have a Dark Indra. Perse's lead is what? I can't remember all their leads off the top of my head. She has a crit rate lead as well. Jormungandr, I think, has like discernment or something of that nature. And then Sha Wujing, I'm not even sure of. Let me look with the helpful bot, which if you guys haven't joined the Discord yet, the bot is up there. Yeah, Jormungandr has a discernment lead, but most of them aren't useful. Anyways, you could use Wood Jormungandr, but I wouldn't waste a variant on it. So in this case, I honestly would just recommend Fire Shinobi, unless all of your Fire Shinobis, or at least one or two of your Fire Shinobis are already variant. You could do it on something else, but hey, it's just advice. If you want to go ahead and use that on your Sha Wujing, because maybe you have a light or dark version of any of these Nat 5s, by all means, go ahead and do it. They're also adding in a new user interface for the region defense. Doesn't really matter. People just auto region defense. Gem set chest has been added as a reward for some of the missions for rapid growth of new masters. Doesn't really pertain to us. It just looks like you get free gem sets as you progress through the game, especially for newer players, which is interesting because hopefully they aren't going to be garbage and be like flats. Hopefully they're actually percentage gems for the gem sets, but I think that's fine, just handing out gem sets to newer players to kind of get them a feel for it, even though they're going to be obsessed over the gems. Then April Fool's Day in Leticia. A new NPC appears to celebrate the April Fool's Day on the first login after April 1st. We don't know who that is. That's probably me, but I'm just saying. Just kidding. Event conversation for April Fool's Day where Nez and everyone looks all crazy. That's coming back. I did like that because the game just looks like, it looks terrible, man. But it's like a good terrible. There's also the exclusive trinket summon rate up for Arthur and also Valkyrie. So feel free to get scammed at any point in time. It's up to you if you want to invest in that. And that's all I have to say about that. Easter packages as well, so donate at your own discretion. You could donate for some summon tickets. You can even donate for a 5-star skill book selection card, which may actually be worth your money because at least you can select what Astromon skill book that you get versus just running roulette. Also, some skill book selection cards on sale once again. Once again, you can kind of select Light and Dark Yuki. Either one of them is a worthy investment if you do want to purchase one of these. They both have their weaknesses and strengths. And, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to rant too much about that. There's also a Heroes Festival pack, which is interesting here. But we can also purchase 3 of those, and it gives us 10 plus 1 summon tickets times 2. So basically you get 20 summons. I mean, it's technically 22 summons, but 20 summons. They're also doing this with a Clan Festival package as well. So, okay. Interesting value right there. There's also Light and Dark Sea Star here, which I honestly just don't recommend you purchasing at all. Reason being is that Sea Star does come around as a just natural rebirth mon, and you have a whole month to get as many of the baby girls as you want. I would probably put my money more towards Yuki. And not to mention, there's also Dark Siegfried, who is basically just Dark Sea Star. I mean, it's basically just the same Astromon at this point. Heroic Secret Eggs, packs 1 and 2 are out. Variant Holy Gleam package, as I've stated before in these maintenance notes. If you're going to donate money, if you're going to buy this Variant Holy Gleam package, make sure you use that Variant Holy Gleam on something that is useful. That's all I'm saying. If you want to go ahead and freaking make your, I don't know, your Wood Valkyrie variant, don't do it. Just don't do it, man. It's not the play of the game. Lupins Dungeon is also coming back, where we can finally earn Sherlock once again, because it's been at least 3 years, maybe 4 years, at least 3 years, I want to say, maybe 2.5 years that Sherlock has even existed in the game. I could have sworn her event only happened 1 time since I've been playing for all of these years, so her coming back is a big deal, even though there's other mons that have kind of taken her place. If you don't have those other mons, hint, I'm just saying, like freaking Water Cure, for example, this is still a great Astromon to pick up. I mean, it's literally free. All you have to do is invest your time in fighting him, and you still get gems and gold, etc. And if you don't care for Sherlock, you can still do this, and this is just easy fodder. So it's easy Astro Gems either way. So I'm looking forward to that and picking her up on the Casio account because, hey, that gives me a dedicated exposed weakness mon. And then the Easter Bunny Capture Festival, this one starts on the 5th of April and it ends on the 19th. So I'm looking forward to that. And obviously with the appearance area, we get the wood one on normal, the water one on hard, and then the fire one on extreme. And especially if you're a newer player, depending on how good Easter Bunny is what I'll say in the video once the skills for it drops. But if you're a newer player and you want to farm out all of these, my biggest suggestion to you is just to crank your runs down to normal. Do the fastest stage that you can, even if it's on normal, to do that. But honestly, with these exotics, 9 times out of 10, most of these are just garbage anyways. So progression may serve you better just so you can get prepared for the next event. But we'll have to see how spicy the Easter Bunny is before we talk more about that. And there's obviously the fusion right here where we have to fuse the Evo 2 versions of fire and wood in order to get light. And then we also have to fuse the versions of fire and water in order to get dark. Pretty standard here, nothing too crazy. There's also Easter Bunny Soul Stones, which this isn't super reliable. I figure what? I usually get about 30 of these guys. Like, I don't go through refreshing and purchasing these every single time it pops up, or try to play the system to get as many soul stones as I get. But this is an easy way to kind of gather up maybe 1 or 2 depending on how aggressive you are, in order to get a couple more soul stones, just to kind of speed up this process. Because with this being a new Astromon 2, and for all the Astro Guide fanatics like myself, well, I'm going to be trying to go for all of them, just for the Astro Guide. Even if they're trash, there's a chance that one of these could be useful for the Dimension Defense Dungeon or PvP. I'm just going to go for all of them. I'll probably end up releasing the RGB if they're not spicy, and just keep light and dark as I normally do. There's also the Easter Bunny package, which I don't recommend. I never recommend, because for 5 purchases you get a Gleam Egg, which you're spending about 5,000 Astro Gems to get 1 Gleam Egg. It's kind of terrible. And if you purchase 3 of these, you get some high light and dark scam eggs, which is guaranteed to give you just a dark Cosmo. Farm it out if you can. If you can't, I would just wait until next year. It's literally just not worth your Astro Gems of sacrificing that 1k amount of Astro Gems just to get these guys, when that 1k of Astro Gems that you had, if you throw in 200 more, you have 2 pulls. You could potentially, in theory, pull 2 Nat 5s, which obviously in terms of just worth is far superior than that. There's also going to be a Sea Star Super Festival coming out, and this starts on April 20th, though in classic fashion people would always do her festival on April 18th and be like, Elio, I didn't get any gems for this. And I'm going to be like, and then there's some improvements to the Dimension Defense. And then the Contract of Hero, the point of starting has been changed after clearing Phantom Forest on normal with a guide sequence at the time of starting. So I'm guessing they're moving that up. And then exclusive trinket changed Arthur's exclusive trinket mission reward from Arthur Fire to Arthur Water. This has been changed to improve the duplicated acquisition of Arthur Fire from the Contract of Hero and Arthur's exclusive trinket mission. I am confusion. Are they saying like you have to build water, or I don't know. I don't know what that means. It's just poor writing right there. I'm not going to waste any brain power on that, but I am excited, looking forward to the Easter Bunny. Even if most of them are useless, it's still a new Astromon, which gives me some type of resolve to go ahead and start farming the story stages again and not just be infinitely into the golems. Feel free to leave a comment below about what you guys are excited about. Are you looking forward to the Easter Bunny? Do you not care? Are you thinking about donating some money and possibly getting one of these packs? Because if so, once again, I kind of recommend the Yuki pack over anything else. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Once the Easter Bunny drops, I'll try and get that video up for you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it.